few weeks ago, I went to Washington, D.C. with my family, and while we were there, we visited the Library of Congress, which is beautiful and amazing. While we were there, there was an exhibit, and to my surprise, one of the books that shaped America happened to be our theme for the week, which is Fahrenheit 451. This book was in the exhibit with a little blurb underneath talking about how even though Fahrenheit 451 is heralded as the classic bestseller about censorship, Ray Bradbury made a statement that no, this book should be taken as a warning on how television reduces an interest in literature. I know what Ray Bradbury says doesn't really matter because as nerd fighters and people who watch John Green know, books belong to their readers, not to their authors. But I think it's sad that he had to say it because I think the book makes it clear that the central issue is not censorship. The hook of the book is the idea of firemen whose job it is to go around setting fire to books, but that doesn't mean it's about book censorship. If you think about firemen in general, they usually get paid for what they do, but their job isn't about doing what the government tells them, it's about serving the people. In this society, it's the people who think the books are a danger. As a result, the citizens of this dystopian society can't think. Or they can think quantitatively, but they can't think qualitatively or philosophically or anything. A lot of scenes and passages in this book include numbers. Some of them are in lieu of descriptions or thought processes. For example, when Montag sees the war jets flying over his house, you would think of it as this really traumatic image, but it's only described as the jet bombers going over, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 6 of them, 9 of them, 12 of them, 1 and 1 and 1 and another, so forth. Also, when Montag's life is first starting to turn upside down, he falls asleep listening to the rain, and he starts to count the rain, and each drop of rain is also associated with an image or something that's troubling him. So, one drop of rain, Clarice. Another drop, Mildred. And so on until the words themselves become a downpour of their own, and Montag finally admits, I don't know anything anymore. The idea with all these counting passages is that Montag is used to being able to ask and answer questions that are very clear-cut and simple, like how many times does that person tap his feet? The biggest problem with this narrow-minded thinking is the lack of tolerance that the people have for each other. There are huge wars going on, but nobody cares because they just want to stay inside and watch their parlor walls because that's easy. It doesn't demand anything of them. It doesn't ask them questions that might not have answers. So people are dying, people are getting run over by cars, and nobody cares because they just want to have fun and they don't want to think about what's happening to other people outside. I definitely see this overall lack of tolerance as a result of the society's obsession with easy and quick answers. I'm not entirely convinced that the parlor walls are the sole cause of all the problems in this dystopia. So, for future videos this week, I'd be interested to hear any insights you have into why the society is the way it is and why people lost interest in books.